All right. I'm just gonna share that one. I'm gonna do that one share. Too off. Oh, smacking the camera around again. Too often, I spend like the first 5 minutes doing a share. And it's like, it pays off a little bit, but. How's everyone tonight? What are you guys up to? What are you doing? What's going on? How's your week? How's your week been? It's Friday. Sit back, grab a drink, and relax. All right. I have this sore inside my nose that's been killing me for quite some time. All right. Let's turn Frank on here. Get his field of view going. So I think last night we got these hook on Jen's pin today. Oh yeah? Yeah? Little Jen's pinned action going on. Right on. How are you, Dory? All right. This is amazing. Thank you. I can see it. What is on my glasses? Goodness gracious. You ever just be walking around and then all of a sudden you notice that your glasses are covered in crap and you're like, what in the world is that? I'm doing alright. Doing alright. It's Friday. Can't complain. I mean, I could, but no one would listen, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we could do this way. I have a patch here. I'm going to attempt to attach it. See if I have enough room to work this. Come on. It's Friday. Hopefully we'll have a little bit of a late stream. See how my body feels. Staying safe? Good. I'm glad to hear that. You're staying safe. Well, that ring just came right out, didn't it? Here we go. How is Frank's field of view? All right. Come on. You gotta go run and do something? That's all right, Dory. Thanks for popping on and saying hi. I do appreciate it. That's all. That's that's all you can ask anybody. Just stop by, say hi. We're just, we'll be here for a while. We just got started quick is all. There's a meme. Yeah, there's a meme. There's a ring missing in here somewhere. Quick, we need an emergency ring. Emergency ring here. Got everything I wanted in a little lady and a little more. I don't know what we're listening to. I take no responsibility for what auto plays. Wish I had a better list going. I wish that I had like the capability for the audience to do song requests. That would be nice. Maybe one day. But one step at a time. All right. Okay, so I'm a genius, right? I really am. I started adding this little outside patch here, and I've got nothing to connect it to on this side of the interwoven 4-in-1 patch. See if we can get a little more light in here. That's a little better, right? So that side right there, that whole side. All right. Let's grab a couple of these rings and we'll start filling in that side real quick. Oh, Chainmail. Heck yeah. Hi, Storm B. I like that name. That's a good username. Alright, let's see here. Let's see if I can figure this out. I gotta try and line up this edge here down here. And I need it kind of flat. Okay, 8. I think right there. I think that's it. Maybe. Alright, there we go. What am I making? It's easier just to show you than it is to like explain it. So this is a wine bottle holster, and right now from about here up, right, it's pretty much done as far as the chainmail is concerned, right? As you can see here, there is a tunnel, and in that tunnel we're going to put a leather strap to go around the bottle. Dude, quit yelling. Alright, get him out of here. Go.
We did it. High five.
High five, yeah.
We got you. We got you. Pooping looter, poop
yeah. head. Alright, don't ever take yourself seriously, folks. Your family will absolutely ruin that for you. Kids keep you grounded. They absolutely do. I apologize for the yelling. That was quite loud. Alright, so where was I? So, there will be a leather strap that goes in here. You weren't ready? Yeah, no, neither was I. I didn't expect them at all. That was ridiculous. My kid watches a bunch of YouTube videos for like Minecraft and stuff, and he watches this one family do all these Minecraft videos, and I think that is where that generated from. So we will promptly cut off all of his screen time from now until forever. All right, so it's a wine bottle holster essentially, right? There'll be a different cord in here, and I'm gonna change out the wine bottles. It's just easier to put in the wine bottle from the bottom right now. And there will be some leather straps coming out of this chainmail tunnel we built, and there's two places for it, here and here, and they're going to hang off a belt essentially. So I don't know how comfortable it's going to be hanging off the belt, but they will the wearer will have to fill me in on that. All right, let's try and get some work done after that interruption. I apparently need to have a chat with them. Because it's like, you know, I mean, it's not an every stream thing, but it's a problem. Alright, we'll add these 18 gauge quarter-inch rings down here around the bottom. Then we'll start filling in the rest of this outer European 4-in-1 band to make the second chainmail tunnel for the leather strap, and then we'll make the actual bottom of the bottle, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, every time. Every time. I used to not have a camera. I used to have to lower the whole screen. Right? And then a friend of mine gifted me a camera, which was, and a microphone. So I should definitely use them. But it's been a minute since I've had to lower a camera. Yes, it was a very unexpected gift. Like I just have them laying around, so I can forward them onto you. You know, I'm not gonna pass up charity like that. So, all right. Come on, there we go. I can hear them cavorting upstairs. They think they're so funny. Oh, I'm gonna have to find a way to get them back. My kid's easy, right? Like, all I gotta do is find a Pennywise mask and wake him up in the middle of the night, right? That'll scar him for forever. Make sure he never comes down here again. Oh. Oh my goodness, they are stomping around downstairs. Or stomping around upstairs something hard. It's like having a neighbor with a circus for kids. Yeah, that will scar him. Like, he's never seen the movie. He's only ever... I think he saw the part of the original. Maybe... No, you know what? I think it was the second one. Or the new one, right? So he's never seen the movie. He's only seen a part of the new one. And just the mention of Pennywise freaks him out. So... I don't want to have to get that mean, but, you know, like, I'm down here to try and make some chainmail online. Don't interrupt. Oh, you had nightmares for the rest of your life? Well, you know, that's the price you're gonna have to pay for interrupting me. That would be bad. Hey, Immortal Designs, how you doing? You hated the original It, and it scared you and did not let you take showers alone? Yeah, when you were younger. I never saw him as a kid. I don't even think I knew what it was. So, like, I tried to read one Stephen King novel that was one of the Three Towers series, and for all the books he sold, I was not impressed by that series at all. So, like, it didn't keep my attention. So I have no idea what the quality of his other books are. But, like, as a kid, I didn't even know what it was. You kept thinking he would come out of the drain. Okay, so as a kid, what got me was Ghostbusters 2, right? I think I was 7 years old or something, and we were watching Ghostbusters 2 at the neighbor's house up the hill, and my dad had to be called to come get me in the middle of the night because I was having just, like, terrible nightmares. Which now, of course, I think is funny. Ghostbusters. Yeah, no, Ghostbusters. I had never seen anything or been exposed to, like, any type of horror movie or scary movie. It was all cartoons and I think I saw The Sound of Music 156 billion times when I was a kid. So there was a limited amount of stuff that I was exposed to as a child that did not prepare me for Ghostbusters 2. Granted, I had never seen Ghostbusters 1 at that point either, but I was a wee lad and I got scared at Ghostbusters. And the dude coming through the drain and out the or not the drain, but out the faucet, and the painting on the wall, and yeah, freaked me out. To this day, I don't think I've sat down and watched Ghostbusters 2 all the way through. All the other 80s movies I'm pretty sure I've seen. First nightmare-giving movie was The Night of the Living Dead. See, I don't even know what that is. The Night of the Living Dead. Is that with Bruce Campbell? Night of the Living Dead? Right? This is my boomstick. That's Night of the Living Dead, right? Like B horror movie. B-movie horror movie. You read from the Necronomicon. I don't get nightmares or dreams at all anymore, so... The first zombie movie ever? Right, but is it the one... Is that not the one with Bruce Campbell? I've got no point of reference here. Horror movies, even B-rated horror movies, or even horror movies that are comedies, or comedies that are like based off, you know, horror movies, right? Like, never watched them. Uh-oh. Here we go. It's the one with the guy chasing Barbara in the graveyard. Oh man, I have no idea. Chasing Barbara, as they would say up here. And in Maine. I've got, like, I've seen most movies. I got a pretty good list of flicks I've seen. But, like, the Scream movies, I never saw those. I've seen parts of them, but that's it. Nope, not those. You don't know who was in it? Yeah. I'll have to look it up. Because I'm not, to this day, I'm not afraid of things in real life, but movies will get me going. They absolutely will. Like, when the scary part of a movie comes up, I might walk out of the room. It's like, yeah, nope, no. Not gonna sit through that. Judith O'Thea was Barbara. Okay. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen Night of the Living Dead, so... You haven't missed an episode of WTD? Wow, that is alright? Yeah. Like, you put me in a real life situation where, like, scary shit's going on, fine. I have, I've had mortars tossed my way. I have been shot at. A lot of unpredictable, life-threatening situations. Right? You put me in a room watching a TV with a scary movie on. Okay, so here was the second movie that got me. Right? And I'm not sure the timeline. One of them may have been before the other. But it was called Leviathan. And it's about these guys that are like, they're going down to the bottom levels of the ocean, and they pick up some specimen of some kind, and then it attacks the humans and turns them into half Leviathan, half human hybrids that kills everyone, and then some people try and fight it. That was another one that shook me up as a kid. I'm not sure if it was the first one or not, but as compared to Ghostbusters 2, but both of them I watched with my childhood best friend, and both of them I had to be taken home at the age of like 6 or 7. So like it amuses me to think about scaring my kid with a Pennywise mask, but I remember just being absolutely traumatized by it, so by those movies. So I don't want to, like, I kind of want to do it to him, but I don't want to also. Alright, I don't know how far along we are. How far around are we? Nah, we're almost done with this bottom edge here. Then we'll start filling in the middle. I mean, we're really only a couple of hours away from finishing the chainmail portion of this, right? And the leather work, I don't know how long the leather work's going to take me, because I don't know what all I want to. I haven't figured out how to do the belt loops yet. We'll see. And once this is done, we'll throw it in the tumbler for a couple hours. Some of these rings got a couple little burrs on them. It's a little dirty. Could use some cleaning up. Most of the rings have already been through the tumbler. Come on. So it's pretty clean. It's all these like the darker stainless rings here. They've already been through the tumbler, right? They were black and stainless steel rejects. No, there was a Leviathan in like the 80s of some kind. Different movie. Sounds like my big dog's getting yelled at for going after the little dog upstairs. There's an adult up there, don't worry, the dogs are fine. If they're not fine, I'll find out here in about 30 seconds, but no one's screaming downstairs to get me, so they're probably okay. My big dog, she getting old and kind of turned into a blind, reactive creature that has an attitude problem. So she does okay from the day to day right now, but she's definitely getting up there and getting to a point where she can't hear, can't hardly see nothing, but she gets down the steps okay for right now. I don't think she'll make it through the next year, but you know, maybe if she makes this winter. So that's the big test, is getting her to get outside. Alright, I think we're done with this bottom edge, so we will start putting in some more that was 18 gauge 1/4 inch we just put in. We'll start putting in some more 18 gauge 3/16. Yeah, your research abilities suck. Well, it's like, I want to say there was Leviathan, there was Abyss, there was, I remember one more, like, 80s movie about, like, submarines going down real deep in the ocean. Not Event Horizon. I think that was the 90s. Anyway. I appreciate you looking. It doesn't... It... You know... For all I know, right, the name Leviathan may not even be the right name of the movie, so... I'm pretty sure that's it, but I'm not 100% sure that's it. All right. Come here. Bought a lottery ticket tonight. I never tell anyone when I buy lottery tickets. I don't typically play the lottery, but generally I'm like, don't look at the number, right? If I buy more than one, get them all on separate cards, right? That's my superstition, right? But it's never worked out, so I might as well tell you. I bought a lottery ticket tonight, so if I win a bunch of money and you never see me again, well, if you never see me again, I could have died, or I won the lottery. You prefer comedies? I'm okay with comedies for my comedy movies that I like are similar to like The Princess Bride, right? That was the first movie that I ever really got a kick out of. You know, bad puns, sword fights, stuff like that. My favorite types of movies are like action dramas. Things like Braveheart and Legends of the Fall, maybe. Come on. Like, just epic, heart-wrenching movies. Young Frankenstein's a great movie. What huge knockers! Why, thank you, doctor. And then maybe we can fix your hump. What hump? Dr. Frankenstein. Actually, it's Frankenstein. That's a quality movie. I do enjoy that one. Legends. Like Legends of the Fall is a great movie. Or is there a movie called Legends that is also a great movie? Yeah, that whole movie. That whole movie is pretty good. That's what the hell is his name? The Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Blazing Saddles. Oh my gosh. Gene Wilder, right? That's probably one of his better movies. There's not... It's hard to pick a favorite Gene Wilder movie, but that's definitely... It's largely suitable for all ages. Everyone can enjoy it, you know. It's a very well-rounded movie. Oh, sweet mystery of life. At last I found it. Oh, yeah. What was the name on this brain? Abby something. Abby Normal. Oh, no. I have my stepfather to thank for introducing me to that movie, if I do recall correctly. I do enjoy most of Mel Brooks' movies. Some of them you can't enjoy publicly today. But for as for right now, as long as they're socially acceptable, I will continue to enjoy them. What's another? Have you ever seen the Three Amigos with Martin Short, Steve Martin, and Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Chevy Chase? I'm not a big Chevy Chase fan, or I'm not a big fan of any of those guys, really. But I did enjoy the Three Amigos. It's a pretty solid, it's a pretty solid movie. Yeah, Blazing Saddles definitely one of the ones that I don't know if you can enjoy that publicly anymore. The Burbs. That was one of those, like, that and Money Pit. I wasn't old enough to appreciate it as a comedy. Like, Money Pit didn't scare me, but The Burbs, when we watched it, when I watched it as a child, definitely disturbed me. I have seen that one since, and it's pretty good. Dog digs up a human femur from the neighbor's yard. Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff he was in, like Big, and what's the one with the mermaid? Splash. Like, I think I've seen them, but they were just over my head when I watched them, you know, just because I was young. All right. I'm making some progress on this. You forgot about Splash? You know, I mean, of those three movies, I think, like, Money Pit is, I found it far funnier at the time than Big or Splash. But also, like I said, I don't think I was really old enough to understand what was going on when we watched them. When I was just a wee lad. Yeah. It's the, you know, I mean, I'm sure okay, well, let me put it to you like this, right? Like, I saw Big when it came out, right? And didn't really understand what was going on. I didn't see Blazing Saddles or Three Amigos or any, you know, Young Frankenstein, whatever, until I was probably, I think I saw Young Frankenstein when I was like 14, 15, and then Blazing Saddles I didn't see probably until I was 27. I was in the military when I saw that one. I was into action shows when I was a kid. I watched, like, Jean-Claude Van Damme and Bloodsport. And I forget every other movie that he's in, but it's like, Ghostbusters scared me, but I could watch Rambo and Predator and Alien and be just fine. Monty Python and the Holy Grail, I didn't see that until I was a lot older, too. Right? I'm being repressed! I didn't see that until after I was at church camp, and one of the kids there, like, we were all trying to go to bed, and one kid was just reciting the movie line by line, right? You know, this is 1990s church camp, so we're out in the middle of the Idaho wilderness in some cabins. There's probably 10 of us to a cabin, and, you know, this guy won't stop talking about, or stop reciting the lines from Monty Python. So I have no idea what he's talking about. And it wasn't until a few years after that that I finally, someone sat me down and how fast in your general direction. Someone sat me down and made me watch the movie. Right? But that was not, I was definitely much older the first time I saw that. Wasn't something I grew up with. So, like, I'll give you an example, okay? Chris Farley, when he came out with the fat man in the little coat routine, okay? I was in public school, and I was only a couple years in public school, right? I'd been to a religious private school before that, and I had not been exposed to what, like, Saturday Night Live even was, okay? So all of a sudden, every kid around school is doing the fat man in a little coat, right? They're doing that routine. Oh, my sciatica. God, I'm old. I just tried to move like that, and it, oh, buddy. So all these kids are running around the school, and this is my sophomore year of high school, and I have no reference for what they're talking about. I just think everyone's crazy, right? And they're all just mimicking Chris Farley. Okay? The same thing happened with Ace Ventura when he bends over and talks out of his butthole, right? All the kids were doing that in, you know, my freshman, sophomore year of high school. And I had no idea what was going on. They'd be like, oh, it's from Ace Ventura. And I'm like, I don't even know what that is, right? It wasn't 10 years later until I saw the movie. All right, I gotta grab a beer. Tell you what, I'm gonna grab a beer and go to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back.
Born a simple man, educated just to fight. But I got soul, I got conviction, and a will to put things right. We lived our lives on grinding metal. For our people we have bled. We take comfort in the rhythm of machine guns spitting lead. Grind for the dawn, back for the dawn. Survive the thrill last of our kind. 'Cause the way out is through. Kickbacks long overdue. Grab your gear, grab your gun. Join the grind.
Alrighty. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. I appreciate it. Hope you took time to go get yourself something to drink. Hey, Josh, what's up, buddy? I hope he gets a beer for us, too. Absolutely. Come on over. There's one in the fridge. Oh, man. I was just telling Kevin here how I have a complete lack of reference for a ton of movies. And while I was in freshman in high school, when Chris Farley did and in a van down by the river was another routine he did. So all the kids were, you know, you're going to be living in a van down by the river. And I'd look at them like they were crazy because I had no idea what Saturday Night Live was. My family did not watch that. Or even have cable, so... Or I was never allowed to stay up that late, so... Anyway. Damn, we're at 50 minutes already? Jeez Louise. You brought your own beer? Alright, did you bring me one too? Alright. Yeah, I grew up very sheltered. And, it mostly... What's the word? Like, the consequence of that was mostly, like, not understanding other people's senses of humor. You know? It's like, I don't know where this is coming from. But I did eventually catch up. I had a buddy towards the later years in high school that he introduced me to a lot of comedy shows that I otherwise would have never picked up on. I think we probably watched Zoolander once a day, every day for either our junior or senior year. Over the summer, so it was like right after our junior year over the summer, or right after our senior year. And he introduced me to Mystery Men. You talked me into it. You grabbed me a shiner back. Shiner. Man. Shinabach made in China, Texas. That is a decent beer, but it tears my stomach up something awful. Like, it tastes good, you know. I like how you say I talked you into it, like I'm over here twisting your arm. Grab a beer, guy. Alright. I don't know what we're listening to, but apparently there is no pain we can feel. Or something. I don't know. I take no responsibility for the songs that play. It's a library I don't have any control over. It just plays music. Like, it doesn't sound bad, but like I have no idea what they're actually saying, so. Like acid reflux? No, your back end could kill a horse after if I drink too much of it, you know what I'm saying, right? Like, if I drink that stuff, you know, the walls might not have paint. Oh my God, are you too serious? All right. No. Like, seriously. Okay, shoot me with the dart gun, please. Hurry up. There's a microphone here. Quit screaming. Like, everyone can hear it. Get out of here. I'm putting a lock in the door. That's twice in one night. I'm done.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry people were screaming into the microphone. FamCL? Yeah. Twice in one night. Cool. So, I guess we're gonna go full, you know, Pennywise mask in the middle of the night to that kid. So, I was talking earlier about how I didn't want to do it. But now they've forced my hand and left me no choice. Oh my goodness. If that hurts your ears, I apologize. There's literally a device to pick up loud sounds right there. So, we're gonna be okay. Fell off your chair laughing. You fell off your chair laughing at Batman showing up, calling you a poopy head? Don't take yourself so seriously. Kids keep you grounded. Twice in one night's a bit excessive, though. Yeah, Batman popping into any stream calling you a poopy head's gotta be probably one of the more random things that have happened in your day today. Alright. Oh, woo, buddy. That elbow's puffing up. Oh. Maybe the apple doesn't fall far from the... No. Not... Okay. It doesn't fall far from the maternal tree. right? He's definitely his mother's child. I never had the opportunity to pull stunts like that, so, like, pranking people was never my thing, but his mom, yeah, she's a big fan. All right. I once took a motorcycle ride down to Shiner with some buddies of mine from the Army. There are some awesome back roads in Texas. There are no awesome back roads in Wisconsin, really. They're covered in snow nine months out of the year, and frankly, you know, you pay way too much in taxes up here to justify not having good roads, but no one does anything, so they're like, oh, we're north of Illinois, we just won't take care of the roads, you know. They don't take care of the roads there, why should we do it here? Oh yeah, by the way, you know, we're gonna take your first 6 children as tax payment. But no, we rode out to Shiner. We had a couple beers out there, and then we rode back, and that was probably one of the first long ride, and I was on a Sportster, right, a little 1200 Sportster, cherry black. So you know, in the shade it was black, and then in the sunlight it was cherry red, right, which was an awesome paint option that they offered. But a 1200 is a really small bike, and I'm not like a big person, and it's still a small bike. So after that ride, I realized I needed to upgrade. I wouldn't upgrade for several more years, but man, I just remember, like, I remember how nice the roads were, how much, you know, even the back roads, and, come on. Even the back roads in Texas, and just being uncomfortable the whole time. Other than that, it was a good day. Out to the Shiner Brewery. I have this 1-in-1 chain here that I'm trying to take apart, and it's like slowing progress down, but I don't want it sitting around. This is going slower than I wanted it to, but not that much slower, I guess. You do want to take the tour of the brewery? It's fun, you know, little touristy thing. I don't know what the lockdowns are like in Texas, but I think most of the stuff is open up here in Wisconsin. Just you got to wear a mask everywhere, which is I don't know. I feel like, you know, robbing a place every time I walk in. But of course, I have like a chainmail themed mask, and so, you know, they would instantly know who I was. So I don't go and commit the crime. I'm just not used to wearing a mask into a public place, you know, like, it's still weird. So, I mean, my point was that I don't know what the lockdowns are in Texas, or when they're, the tours down at the Shiner Brewery are going to open back up. Do I not have a slotted ring opener? No. I've seen them. You know, you're talking like the little ring thing where you open the ring with, where you open the ring with the ring on your finger? No, I don't have one of those. It's an interesting concept, but this is all stainless steel, so I don't know how far I would get without tearing up the ring itself. I have never tried one. Yeah, I've seen those rings around. I've never considered trying one, right? Like, generally, unless it was made from stainless steel itself, right? Like, any opening of multiple hundreds of stainless steel rings would tear it apart, so... You gotta go shop. Okay, I need to browse after dealing with trolls in your live stream. Have a great night. Be kind to each other. I love you all. Hope to see you next time, Josh. Alright, Josh, have a good night, buddy. Sorry you had to deal with that. Did they arrive after I left? Have a good night, buddy. Feel better. Until next time. Yours came with an order for your rings from Chainmail Joe. I've never ordered from them. I want to order from everyone. But I am still trying to use up rings that I have laying around. And this stream helps keep me accountable. Yours is brass? Yeah, I mean, like for softer metals it would be fine. You know, but like try doing square wire stainless and with one of those rings. I have a hard enough time putting that kind of pressure on my wrist, letting alone a finger joint. So I don't know. Don't have any experience with it. Hi Tara, how are you doing? I don't have any experience with that setup. Don't get me wrong, I'd give it a shot. I don't want to knock it without trying it. I just don't have any initial faith in it by looking at it, if you know what I mean. I'm sure that with a little... I'm sure that someone could take that concept and, you know, expound on it a little bit, make a little bit better of a product. But from what I understand, what I do, which is 99.9% stainless. You're working on your first mermaid lantern? That's cool. would just, you know, tear up my ring or the finger or both. So I've never tried it. Don't have the experience with them. It's like when Kevin Kline in Wild Wild West is making chainmail with knitting needles, right? Interesting idea. Could work possibly. You've used it on stainless, but the rings are 20 gauge, 5/30 seconds. Yeah, I mean, that ring has no. It's completely different than like 18 gauge, 5/30 seconds. Like, for example, I have these. Come on, let go. Screw it. I have these 18 gauge. I think they're 3/8. Where's my tape measure? Okay, no, I'm looking at that wrong. Wow, was I looking at that wrong? Yeah. These 18 gauge 3/8 rings that have, I mean, you can bend them with your fingers, right? There's no way to keep them closed, really. So, with a ring like that, sure, that a little finger opener attachment, right? It might work well. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't have any experience with them. The pliers in my the pliers with the yellow handles I've had for 24 years. And they've never failed me, so they're not your typical chainmail style pliers that people recommend, but I'm sure, and I'm not the end all be all authority on how to open or close a ring either, so I'm sure there's better ways out there. This is just how I happen to do it. Yeah, I mean, whatever works. That's the trick, you know? Learn how to effectively open and then effectively close a ring, which is a skill all on its own. And perfect that, or spend a lot of time focused on that, because that's going to really dictate how well your products turn out, you know? Like, I would love to try some new pliers, you know. I've just never been in a position where I needed new pliers, and for rings this size, right? I do have a pair of like Wubbers, and I have some of the Ring Lord pliers, and those are about as specialty pliers as I've gotten. Everything else is like, I got a Home Depot pair. I don't know what else. I have one more pair of channel locks. or slip pliers. Some like split ring pliers and some wire weaving pliers, you know, for like wire wraps and whatnot. So I do have some other stuff, but I don't have any Tronex. I don't have any oh, what are the other ones called? I forget what they're called. Well, that's not too bad. It's like a third of the way done. All right. It's not bad for a Friday night, you know? What are the other? Nipex? Nipex and Tronex? Are those the pliers? Wubbers and a couple others. I need to make that a section on the app. Xerons. Of just plier recommendations. What I'll have to do, I'll have to contact, like, there's a guy that sells the Xerons. I'll have to contact him, see if he has, like, scales and calipers, and just be like, you know, we'll put a page up on the app, you know, here's all the tools you need for chainmail, you know, get them in this order, right, you know, start with a pair of pliers from the house, move up to, you know, some specialty pliers, get a pair of calipers, then, you know, might need a scale if you're working in precious metals, and then maybe a tumbler too to clean all your pieces, right? We'll have to see if someone's interested in one of the, I'll have to find out if one of the tool providers is interested in helping me set that up. You were interested because of the long handles, but you can't justify spending the money right now? No, I get it. You have sold only one item. What kind of item did you sell? If you don't mind me asking. What venue did you sell it in? It's like, there's a lot to selling, period, right? The biggest okay. You sold a bracelet? Was it like to a friend or to a family member or something? Or did you have a booth set up trying to sell stuff? Because the reason I ask is because word of mouth. She's a friend at City Point United Methodist Church. Okay. What I have found, right, is that you have to take a product and match it to the audience you're going to try and sell it to, right? For example, biker chains for your booths at your nearby motorcycle rally, right? That's a fairly simple one. Simple, like tiaras and headpieces for your Ren Fair goers. You sold a lot of engravings, but not chainmail. You make engravings too? That's cool. Are you fairly new to chainmail? I mean, it's one thing to start out trying to sell stuff and trying to sell chainmail, right? And it's a whole other thing if you've sold stuff before and then duplicating that process for chainmail. You know what I mean? It's like there are tips for how to make money at making chainmail. Just a year in making chainmail. Alright, let's see here. I didn't sell my first piece of chainmail until, let's see here. What was the first piece I sold? Probably about 2004, so 8 or 10 years after I had started. So if you're sold your first piece within a year, you're doing much better than I am. Let me put it that way. Have you ever set up a booth or anything? Because, I mean, word of mouth is nice, but it's like, it's a piss in the bucket compared to having foot traffic, you know? People are always very curious when you're sitting there with a pair of pliers closing rings together. They wonder what you're doing, right? Like, what is this magic? Hey Bobby, how you doing? Especially crafters, right? I did a couple of booths at a Christmas fair, and I had a bunch of other booth owners. You have a booth for the engravings? That's cool. So are you trying to like add to that booth, or is it two separate product lines, two separate like businesses, totally separate from each other? I think my biggest customer base was a bunch of crafters when I did booths. You know, other people would come over and they'd see me working on stuff and they'd want to buy something, and I'm sure half of it was to take it home and figure out what was how I was doing it, but you know, there was some definite genuine interest from them. Can you put this bottle with the chainmail on it in a cooler? No. The booth was at a craft sale for your engravings? How did your engravings do? And what are you engraving? You can take the bottle, Bobby, you can take the bottle out of the wrap and put it in a cooler if you want, right? Like, for example, there will be a bottom here that the bottle rests up against, right? Okay, but the wine holster itself will be attached to an individual's belt. And so unless they want to take the whole thing off and put it in a cooler, yeah, they can do that. But, you know, more than likely they'll just do that, put the wine bottle in the cooler and call it a day. If that makes sense. How are you supposed to keep your wine cold? When it's hanging off your hip at a Renaissance festival, you're not gonna. I'll just be honest with you. You'll have to take it out of the bag and put it in a cooler, and then once you're ready to get up and move around, you put it back in your wine holster and go from there. I don't care? What do you mean I don't care? I don't care if your wine's cold? No, I'm just being honest. There are other, wraps that you could leave on a bottle and throw in a cooler, The advantage to having a wine bottle holster is that you can change out the bottle, okay, for a fresh, cool bottle of wine whenever you want. Other bottle wraps, once you drink all the wine, that's it. Unless you're gonna refill up the wine bottle. How much do I sell these for? This is somewhere between, I'm gonna guess, about 3,000 and 4,000 rings at about 10 cents a ring. So like $400 if I were to sell it. It's a gift, so I'm not selling it to anybody. But if I were to sell it, that is what I would sell it for. 10 cents may be a little high. At the low end, maybe 7 cents. So like $300. On video, I have 15 hours into this. So like that's a lot of time for one project. So if I only charge like $10 an hour and got $150 for it, that'd be a rough pill to swallow there. No, I don't make my own rings. Not at all. Once upon a time I did, and once I found the Ring Lord in like 2004, I have not made my own ring since. I cannot make as good of a ring as them. I have no interest in spending time making rings, as that is a separate skill from Chainmail in its own right. And I want to make Chainmail. I don't want to make rings. You were trying to figure out how much to sell your goods for. Somewhere between 7 and 10 cents a ring is an option, like what I just described. Take your materials, multiply them times 2, and then add a minimum wage, so $7.25 an hour starting wage. If you're brand new, and if you've been doing this for X number of years, give yourself a 50-cent raise for every year. So for like, if you've been doing this for 10 years, that's an additional $5 on top of minimum wage, so $12.25 plus 2 times your material costs is generally kind of a thought process. You engrave sheep brass that's been enameled. You make signs, pictures. All right, I will go check out your website. Your sister does crochet and your wife does quilting. Quite the crafty family there. That's awesome. All right. You know what? I'm gonna let Kevin be right back, and I'm gonna be right back too. Okay, I'm gonna go grab a beer real quick. I'll be right back. Oh my god. All right. Oh man. I shoveled the driveway today from the snow, and holy crap. My body's gonna be hating me tomorrow. People ask you how much your stuff, how much you should charge, or you have people ask how much you charge for stuff all the time. Yeah, it's general rules of how to charge for your work, right? Like, I didn't come up with these or anything. This is just some ideas I've read, and it's 2 times the cost of the product plus an hourly minimum wage, and you need to compensate yourself for your skill development every year. So give yourself a raise every year you've been doing it. So if you've only been doing it 1 year, then it's, just minimum wage plus 2 times material costs, right? If you've been doing it for 20 years, it's minimum wage plus $10 plus 2 times your material costs, right? Or I've seen some people do it 7 to 10 cents a ring, depending on the ring and, is the ring a precious metal? Is it, what is the piece? Is it a jewelry piece? Is it a stock piece? There's all kinds of ways to figure out how to price your stuff. It's just, you got to figure out what way works best for you. The only wrong way to price your stuff is to price yourself out of the market cheaply, right? Like, if you spend 10 hours on a bracelet and you only charge $2 for it, right? You'll never make your time back for that. Okay. I mean, you can also price yourself out of the market by charging too much. But it's like, you'll realize that that's too expensive and no one's going to buy it at that price, and you'll bring it down. Like, finding the price of an item is, price discovery. It's an economic, it's part of how the economics of running a shop work, right? Nope, you're gonna have to figure that out. You gotta go get the experience. And that is true for everyone. I get, and here's another thing too, it's like, I get told all the time that my stuff's too expensive online. Even when I'm offering a sale or a discount or whatever, and it's like, I can't afford to continue to run my website charging, or providing a discount or a sale, right? And prices go back up, and people tell me, oh, that's too much, and I still sell stuff all the time, and it's like, okay, you can tell me it's too much, but, people still buy it at that price, and it took me a while to figure that out. It's like, I had one sale the other day was priced wrong, and I ate money on the sale. I was like, woohoo, I got a sale. I was like, oh, I lost money. That's no good. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. As gifts go, it's priceless, and so it's one of the things you're talking about. Yeah. Am I going to do the leather work for this piece? Yes. You thought the price you got your order for was very reasonable? Well, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I think my prices are largely reasonable compared to what everyone else sells similar items for. It's like when I have a sale, I try to have, you know, a good sale, but I did pretty good for, you know, I did okay for the month of December. WearTag, thanks for the follow. You haven't seen anything similar? You're excited and can't wait to get your hoodie? Good. No, there's not much. There's a couple other people that sell like chainmail designs. And a lot of them are like all the same designs over and over again. Where did I go to learn about leather? What's up, Kevin? Glad to see you back. Where did I go to learn about leather? It's just something I've always done. I'm not any good at it. Don't get me wrong. I have a bunch of leather tools that I almost never use. But they're there for when I need them, and I've collected them over several years. So I didn't like go to a school, but I have gone to other leather workers and asked questions, but watched a lot of YouTube videos to try and get, you know, a couple concepts down. But I am by no means an excellent leather worker. I wish I was. I wish I had time for multiple hobbies. You know? Like, I don't... There is a guy who I know online, and he just had this big, like, it's got to be a 10,000 square foot shop, right, that he has set up. Maybe half that, maybe a 5,000 square foot shop. It's a big shop, right? And he's got a leather station, he's got a metal station, he's got his blacksmithing station, he's got his jewelry station, right? And he has, you know, people that come in and work at different areas, and I want to run a shop like that one day. Maybe if I win the lottery tonight. I'll just rent out a space and have a bunch of crafts people come. I have a buddy who did that too. He rented a space, and a bunch of him and his friends started making crafts, and people started showing up, and all kinds of leather work and some chainmail. You just got finished with your homework for the evening. You need to fix on chainmail, so it's nice if you listen to me. Oh, thank you. And you will be chainmailing shortly. Nice. Must be nice, yeah, to have a shop that big. That would be awesome. I would love to have a shop that big. One day. But I saw him post a bunch of pictures of them moving all their equipment in and everything, and it's a nice setup. Everything's nicely organized. They got, you know, like a big vacuum system for all the carpentry and whatnot. It's like any and every type of craft, they crammed it into this space, and they organized it real well. So maybe one day. All right, where are we at here? Whew, we're at an hour and 36. All right, let's finish up this little bit here. Gifts to make, yeah. mean, that's what I'm doing right now. We'll see how it works. Come on. All right. Okay. Man alive. Ooh, buddy. Oh. That was a good back pop there. You've been trying to learn Vapera Berus, but you have a mental block. You were just watching Josh's stream from earlier. Sorry you're late. It's okay. That's all right, Barb. You know. All right. We got from here all the way over to here, so maybe where are we at here? Oh, over a third of the way done. Not quite halfway. And it's not getting too tight. It's not, nothing's pulling on it awkwardly or anything, so I think we're going to be okay. So we'll finish this bottom band here for the leather to go through that tunnel right there. And we'll finish up the bottom. And then the chainmail portion will be done. You know? We're getting there. We really are. This is a thing now. It's like a real thing that we made. Well, thanks, Kevin. I do appreciate it. All right. So what else? What else is going on? Still got a lot of stuff planned for this year. A lot of stuff. Got a honey-do list a mile long. I got a business list of stuff to do a mile long. Just got to get caught up. You know, a bunch of the stuff was like things you didn't know you needed to do to run a business. But we're going. We're moving forward. Got I almost have my other computer working, so that'll get me working on the websites after that. And then after the websites, we'll get the computer working, then we'll do the honey-do list, and then we'll do the websites, and then we'll start working on some more designs. So hopefully, sooner rather than later. I don't know when. And then we'll get the app out. We'll finally get the app done this year. And then we'll launch it, and you guys can tell me how good or bad it is and what we need to change about it, and then we'll make those changes later on in the year. And that way, whenever somebody says, you know, hey, I'm new, where can I find, you know, a bunch of resources for it, you guys can go, hey, go download this app. It's really helpful. Yeah. And we'll help build the Chainmail community that way. Can you pick my brain? Sure, ask me anything you want. I can stay on for a few minutes. I got a little bit of beer left here. Pick my brain. I'm not a smart person, so I don't know if I'm the right. I don't know if I'm the right person to be asking these questions, but you know, ask away. Now, Barb, you missed it earlier. Batman came on here and called all the viewers a bunch of poopy heads. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting year. It's going to be a lot of stuff coming out of MailleWerX, I hope. Am I going away already? I'm going away soon. I've been on here for an hour and a half. My body can barely handle an hour of this stuff. So, but ask away. You need help with your castle? Can we talk on Messenger? Yeah, no, Barb, you can absolutely message me this weekend, okay? All right. You can ask me. I don't know if I'll have an answer. Does anybody else have anything else they want to ask? By all means, feel free. You had to run and wipe your face real quick? Nope. It's tempting to stop all the back end stuff that I'm doing and just work on designs and push out new products, right? It really is. Okay, but we're trying to move a bunch of stuff to U.S. suppliers, right? So that takes some time. We have suppliers in Mexico, we have suppliers in Canada, we have suppliers in China, we have suppliers in the United States, and we're trying to bring all the other products made in other countries to the U.S. And that's just not ever going to be an overnight thing, right? Nor are, like, a bunch of products that are made in other countries, like, nobody makes them in the States anyway, right? You want to hear the Batman story? Oh, from being called a poopy head? Yeah, that was funny. So my kid and my wife come down and what do they call? They were dressed up in costume and they started shooting me with the Nerf gun, and my son came up out of here and he said something like, "Hi, all you poopy heads," and he's wearing a Batman mask and a cape. And then they shot me with the Nerf gun again and they ran upstairs. And they did it twice in one stream. So, what was I saying? Some of the stuff, only other overseas or neighboring countries make some of the products, right? Like, it's just the way it is. But we're trying to move as much as we can to suppliers in the States, and it's going to take some time. You would have paid to see that? You know what? You can go rewatch the stream. I don't have, like, the time dates for when it happened. But if you like watch the stream on YouTube, you can watch it at like 1.5 or 2 times speed, just to speed through the whole thing and find them and watch it all over again. You picked the wrong night to miss my stream. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Not for me, not to me. Like, I did that. I didn't appreciate it. Let me put it like that. All right. Well, I tell you what, guys. I want to thank each and every one of you for hanging out. It's always more fun to have people on here. You know, like, I could sit here and talk to myself, by myself all day long, but it's just not the same, you know? Having you guys here it makes time fly, for one. Have a good night, Barb. And, it really just makes the whole stream a lot more fun for me. So thank you, right? If you want to see more streams, more chainmail content, you know, go to MailleWerX.com, pick yourself out something nice, and that way you can support the stream and also have some cool chainmail themed apparel and accessories to wear. So, with that, I will see you guys all later. Kevin, I'll go back through the comments and check your website for your engravings. I will. And Barb, I will go check out that song, which I meant to do yesterday. Yeah, Bobby, I do these every night for the most part. Generally between like 9 and 10. So I come on for an hour. It's fun. Good. I'm glad you're having fun. Thank you for being here. Like, chainmail is going to be a global phenomenon, and I honestly, I can't do it without you guys. You know? I really can't. So, without further ado, I'm going to wish you all a good night. Okay? And I will see you guys later.